What is up, Roots Crew? Thank you for tuning into today's year in review video. I don't often do little sit down, talk to the camera videos, but today we're going to do one. I wanted to just talk about 2025, how the year went, what's coming in 2026. So, to start off, 2024 was a rough bookend to the year for me. As most of you know, I totaled my first car last year. Also, my grandmother passed away last year, so it was a hectic end to the year. But then 2025 rolled around, new year, fresh start, and first January, February, March, nothing too crazy happened. April rolls around, and that is when I found out I was going to be having a child. So that was obviously a big moment for me. So that made the year way more exciting. You're buying clothes and diapers and all the things, and it's really an exciting time. So that obviously was a boost to the year. I got to do a ton of different content with Push the City Cypher. There was the Grand Rapids Hip Hop Awards. There was did a lot of work with Local Spins this year. Did a lot of work with the Rapidian this year. Got those opportunities like that to write profile stories, write about hip hop, cover hip hop on a bigger publication that's just than just Rap Roots Media has been amazing, because I know a lot of the local hip hop community has been clamoring for more attention from Local Spins, and I feel like I can provide that. And I appreciate all the people who have allowed me to tell their story on Rap Roots Media and Local Spins and the Rapidian and wherever else you see my my written content. I really appreciate people taking the time to read it and sharing it, on social media and things. That really warms my heart. Some of my favorite moments of the year, some of the favorite people I interviewed. Obviously, some interviews aren't out yet, but I would like to say the thing that I just did this past week was really awesome. I got to go to the Grand Rapids Gold game and sit courtside and cover the halftime performance where Sonny Ski and Guapped Up Speedy and everybody performed, and got to write about it, and there's a vlog coming out about that, which will probably be out after this. That was just such a cool moment because I got to talk to every performer, which was really cool. The Gold that's the first time they've ever done something like that, so to be able to do something like that was amazing. I did want to add on that the emotion that you could tell, like, it was palpable. You could feel it in the arena from every artist that got to perform. It's just the emotion, the energy, the excitement, the nervous excitement energy. I got to speak with Sonny Ski, who I've spoke with a ton, who you could just sense. You could hear the emotion in his voice when he was talking about, performing at this huge arena that has never really been done before by a local talent who hasn't gone, far beyond the local scene. So for him to be able to do that and bring that opportunity to a bunch of people was amazing. I know Scoob the artist put that together, so shout out to him. But I wanted to just say that was a huge moment for me to see most of the artists that I've worked with. Lady Ace Boogie, obviously haven't had her on the show, but has put me on the Push the City Cypher. Talked to her several times, in short form content and passing. She's put me in a ton of rooms. So to see her up there performing, to see Ajax Stacks up there performing, who's an alumni of the show, Stephen Malcolm, who I want to get on the show here soon in the new year. Guapped Up Speedy, who I want to get on the show. The Risk Takers, who are actually, I have an interview done with them. They're actually up on the wall right up there, so we have that coming around. Just a ton of cool things. I got to talk to Sonny Ski's dad, Joe, so that was awesome as well. He's a fun guy. So that was a huge moment that I wanted to touch on. What else can I touch on? Oh yeah, I got to do the Risk Takers podcast, which was very cool. To go on another podcast and to just talk, game talk, what it means to do this and what the learning that comes with it was amazing. I was on Michigan Street Soldiers as well the year before, but that was a bit of a different style of podcast, I'll say. But the Risk Takers were amazing. They're super kind, super nice. It was a great interview that I got to do, and watching it back, I felt so proud of it and so happy with how it went. And this year was really just a lot of validation of the skills that I have with writing about music, talking with fellow music minds, networking. I think the more and more time I have to dedicate to this, the better it will get, and I know that, which will be on its way fairly soon here. This is where I'm going to divulge and talk about more what's to come. For next year, what we have coming is, obviously, I've talked about this in a few videos and things like that. We have content packages, so every artist's every artist that comes on the show will be able to select a package that they want for the content they receive and get a ton of promotion for their album, their single, their brand, their artist brand. So those are coming in 2026. Once I have a more set schedule, is when those will be coming out. So hopefully early on in the year. Obviously, still doing events and things, still doing the same type of content. But content is a service. Podcasting and giving artists the opportunity to talk about their work is a service. So I am going to treat it as such. But yeah, that's a huge step in the right direction for me. Something that I've been plotting on for a long, long time, trying to figure out the best way to go about it, because I don't want it to come across as a money hungry thing, because I love telling people stories and I love doing that. But just as an artist believes their time is money, I believe my time is money as well. So if I'm going to promote you and I have the music skill to, the ability to be an orator and talk about your skill and ask you about your skill and write about your skill and do it in so many different avenues, I'll say, of you get written content, you get video content, you get live stream content, that all of that is in there, advertisement, all of it's in there. So that's a big step coming into 2026 for Roots Media, is the content packages, which will be starting up as soon as we can. What else is coming in 2026? More interviews, more guests. I've talked to a ton of people, even just at the Van Andel Arena this past weekend, and said, "Oh, I'd love to be on your show. I'd love to be on your show." And I asked people, "Hey, I would love to have you on the show." So, ton more guests coming on, live stream content, the Rap Roots rewinds. Sorry guys. The Rap Roots Rewinds content is something that I'm really passionate about, and I have a video planned out that I want to do for that. So we're going to do more episodes of that, more video essay style content, because that's a thing that I really love to watch. So I think it would really translate well to this audience, because I love talking about music, and in an interview don't always get to show off all the depth, just to be able to explore different avenues of music that I can't really in an interview style, because I'm looking to become a great host, and a great host doesn't always all the shine has to be on me. I want to shine the light on the guest and who we have coming on the show. But the Rap Roots Rewind content is me showing off my music brain, showing off the artists I like to listen to, the video style I like to watch. So I think that could be a really cool style of content that I do more of in 2026. So just more different branches of content is the goal for 2026. I am finishing up, as you guys know, I'm a college student. I'm finishing up my last semester of college this semester, so January to May would be my last semester of college, and in that time, all of my classes will be online, and I'm hoping to school, work, and Rap Roots Media hopefully get something, that gives me the time to really pursue this as much as I want to. I am very, very, very excited for what the new year has to bring. I want to thank you guys all for tuning into this video. I've just been sitting in front of the camera yapping, which is, a difficult thing to do, but I'm glad that people sit and care and like to know, where I'm at, where the brand is at, and what's the plan for next year. So I just wanted to say this year has brought me so many blessings, from content perspective, from a work perspective, from a fulfillment perspective. I've gotten to write so many amazing stories. I've got to interview so many amazing people. This Grand Rapids community of artists has treated me so well, has given me so much great feedback, so much insight, so much, game on how to do things, how not to do things. I've learned a ton along the way, and I'm a person who's huge on learning and gaining new skills, and that's huge for me. So it's been validating. It's been a learning experience all the way. The blessings I've received from a work perspective have been amazing. The blessings I've received on a personal note, from having my daughter to building this family with my girlfriend to building this space you guys see around me. You guys can't really see it in full, but I've been building out the Rap Roots Media studio space at the house. So this is about to be very different, look very professional, because, as I said, the content packages are coming. And if an artist, is going to have to pay for content, then they want to come to a space that is worth the money. So I have been updating this space to make it worth the money. You see the foams behind me. I'm trying to make it as acoustic as possible. I'm trying to make it look as fun as possible, as exciting as possible. And with all the renovations I've made in here, I think that is going to shine through once you guys see the next episode episodes, I will say, of the interviews, of the different content that we have coming, and all that. So I'm done with my app session. Thank you guys for an amazing 2025. I am so looking forward to what 2026 has to offer. If you're an artist who wants an interview, a live stream, any of that stuff, check out the content packages, raprootsmedia.com/content packages. We can schedule something. You can hit the DMs. We can figure it out for sure. So I'm very looking forward to what is to come. Thank you all for tuning into this year in review video. I'll say, leave a comment, tell me what you guys think of the plans for the new year. Is there a different piece of content we should try? Is there different artists that we should reach out to get an interview with? Make sure you guys, subscribe, like it, share it with your friends, share it on social media. We are looking to be the biggest music publication in the state of Michigan and the world. I'm looking to gain as much experience and share the stories of so many hip-hop artists as possible. Share their stories. So thank you all for tuning in. I hope you all enjoyed. I'm not going to cut any of this, so hope you guys enjoyed me stuttering and talking to the camera for a little minute. I love you all. Thank you all for tuning in through 2025. 2026 has a ton to come for Rap Roots Media. Thank you all. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out of here. Deuces, guys.